pleasure now and then. I like women, but mostly men. I like bodies and to caress them. In the night when I'm invited, I'm excited to politely undress them. If you kiss me, my knees will go weak. If you spank me, I'll turn the other cheek. I seek pleasure, I started long ago. And you can bet I know where to get it. I formed quartets and smoked cigarettes. I've loved soubrettes and baronets. I've saluted cadets and cleaned their bayonets. But I've always had a secret pride that I've hidden buried deep inside. I like pleasure, and I wanted you to know.
Thank you for the visit.
Now that you got heat installed in here, I ran out of excuses. I love this old house.
Yes, room for everyone for my little menage. How do you say six in French? Maynard, I think you've met everyone. Everyone, say hello to Maynard.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Lytton, how is the new biography coming along?
Almost finished. My same old trick. Study historical figures, then judge them and find them wanting.
Shooting fish in a barrel, really.
It's getting tired. But the biographies have given me a reputation as a respected man of letters. I think it's time to do some good with it.
How earnest.
My most embarrassing secret. I'm an idealist.
I'll never tell. What's your cause?
I keep thinking that somebody, a respected man of letters, say, needs to come out in public and be honest about their sexuality. Everybody knows that human beings don't all fit into the same little box, but we don't talk about it in public, do we? No one has the courage to say, this is who I am.
But even a respected man of letters can go to jail for homosexuality or ménage à six. Oscar Wilde got 2 years at hard labor.
Oh, that was 30 years ago. And Oscar made the mistake of getting caught out and exposed. I shall expose myself. And not like that, you perverts. All of my life, you'd only know who I am if I told you a joke or pulled a face behind someone's back. If I make us inside behind the back of my hand, put my tongue in my cheek to hide my angle of attack. I've got a critical mind and a mischievous mouth, and I'm good at concealing my true intent. Except around my friends, I can't be who I am. In a world of the straight, I am considered bent. My existence is a critique, but I'm not sure I'm so unique. I like pleasure now and then. That's simply none of your affair. Everybody should sow some wild oats. Even if I'm not permitted, I'm no hypocrite if I admit it publicly and burn all my boats. No retreat, no surrender. I'm gonna burn all my boats. In our household, my crush, and then there's his bride, who's in love with that one but never leaves my side. And she's with him, but he's the yang to her yin, and he won't reach completion with less than a threesome. And when I'm with them, we're into S&M. But now I suppose that I don't care who knows it. Whether I'm a messiah or a pariah, and I get exiled, or even get locked up like Oscar Wilde. I like pleasure, and you can't crush my dream.
Are you sure about this?
Still timid, Maynard. You don't have to worry anymore since you married a woman. The old lavender disguise.
That is not fair to me or Lydia.
I need to do this. You don't need to do anything.
I need to make myself a martyr like you?
I would make a cute Saint Sebastian. Even if the storm comes, I know everyone here is with me. You are with me, Maynard, right?
Lytton, of course.
I'm just tired of hiding in the dark.
When you're ready to go ahead with this, let me know. Maybe there is some way I can help. We're all a team.
Whether I'm a messiah or a pariah, and I get exiled, or even get locked up like Oscar Wilde. I like pleasure, and you can't crush my dream.
Maynard got the idea that he could graft his economic ideas onto a figure who had been in power and could be again. He didn't know too many people like that, so his options were limited. And he found that it's not so easy to cross a bridge you have already burned.
Keynes, can't say I'm happy to see you. I promoted you when I was at Treasury. I brought you to the treaty negotiations when I was Prime Minister. Then you wrote that book.
Sir, I always thought that you were the
You
keenest...
called me a siren.
About that, sir.
The Welsh goat.
Well...
A cynical, purposeless, and irresponsible half-human visitor to our age from the hag-ridden, enchanted woods of Celtic antiquity.
Yes, well, nice turn of phrase, though, don't you think?
Keynes, why are you here?
To help you.
Why would I need your help?
Mr. Lloyd George, you have been out of power for 7 years. The conservatives are on one side of you and the socialists are on the other. I can write you an economic platform that will thread that needle. There is infrastructure that needs to be built, and there are unemployed men to do it.
Oh, I've heard the public works talk before. The Treasury says it would ruin the country, that there's no money for it.
And they're wrong. You see, one person's spending is another person's income. Then when that person spends, it becomes the next person's income. So any money invested by the government multiplies as it works its way through the economy. I put together a team of economists at Cambridge to work out the math.
I don't need to know the math. I just need to be able to shout down the Treasury boys.
Exactly. The point of studying economics is to avoid being fooled by economists. But I don't want to just be your bean counter. I want to help write the social platform. We need to include the economic contributions of women in paid work and work within the home. Birth control should be widely available. Reform the divorce laws.
Now that women can vote, someone has to get those votes. Keynes, you are shrewder than I gave you credit for.
And we need to decriminalize drugs like opium and cocaine and strictly regulate them. Also, our laws on sexuality are medieval, literally medieval, completely out of touch with how human beings behave. The ban on same-sex relationships needs to go.
Well, Keynes, maybe you have changed. Maybe we can help each other.
This is where I come in, finally. Our Cambridge team rolled up our sleeves and crafted an economic plan for David Lloyd George and his Liberal Party. A lot of those ideas cropped up later across the pond as part of FDR's New Deal, but they didn't catch fire in Britain, and the Liberals lost the election. Also around this time, Lytton Strachey unexpectedly died of stomach cancer. I never met Lytton, but from what I know of him, we would have gotten along. We both question authority. These were dark years for Maynard. In addition to losing his best friend, his predictions were beginning to come true. The Great Depression hit, so he withdrew to Cambridge and focused our team on finding a solution. Right this way, Mr. Falk. Mr. Keynes is in his office.
Foxy, what are you doing in Cambridge?
You're hardly ever in London anymore.
Well, my little squad of economists here at the university is always up to something. Without my supervision, it turns into a complete circus.
Maynard, you told me that if you signed on with the Welsh goat, it wouldn't take your attention away from our business.
But if Lloyd George had won the election,
But he didn't. You backed the wrong horse. God, all you talk about is the unemployment rate. Meanwhile, I have to put my country house up for sale. You bet your reputation on public works, but the voters gave Lloyd George a drubbing. Rightfully so. If a private company can't find profit in something...
Oh, the profit motive. In a democracy, we need more than...
Democracy is a mistake! Democracy kills initiative.
Democracy is the only way to know what's in the general interest. In a rich country, there is no way to justify the existence of poverty.
I'll tell you what justifies it. The law of supply and demand. Adapt or die. In the long run, our economic system will adjust. What's down comes up. In the market we trust. In the long run, everybody's pocketbook will change. Just tighten your belt. It's not so strange if every man seeks his own reward. The master plan by divine accord will reveal itself in prosperity after feeling the pinch of austerity. Since Adam's fatal fall, sorrow comes to all. We can't avoid our fate. All we can do is wait. For in the long run, justice is a mighty iron rod. This may sound odd, but it's the will of God.
You say it will all work out in the long run. Well, if you're trading stocks, that's surely true. Just buy some shares and hold them. Time and tide will mold them. Look back some years from now, see how they grew. All a broker has to do to make it through is just polish up that old shoe instead of buying new. And if our stockbroker makes an errant guess, well then what's £1,000 more or less? Things look a little bit different in the long run. to the shoemaker in his shop on Chelsea Street. Small repairs and such don't bring in quite as much as form-fitting fashionable footwear for fellows' feet. But he can ride out heavy weather by ordering less leather, keep body and soul together by ringing up his debtors. But if his minor economizing comes to moot, the shoemaker has to give his assistant the boot. And the shoemaker's man looks differently at the long run, because his children's bellies cannot wait. Every day they hunger, so is it any wonder the short run seems to him the bet to take? Losing his position will put him on a mission. He'll do more than go fishing to secure his kids' nutrition. To the shoemaker's man, the enemy is time. He's got no reason not to turn to crime.
In the long run, he should have thought of that before he wed. He didn't use his head, so his children end up dead. And if he doesn't like it, build more jails. Now that's public works I can get behind.
Ask Tsar Nicholas and the rest of those Romanovs what happens when enough people are unemployed.
Don't bring Russia into this. In this country, the only way poor people will stop making more hungry mouths to feed is if they're afraid of the unemployment.
Let's say that you are correct in the long run. The slump will end and brokers will want shoes. But every Tory bigot has just turned off the spigot, and a shortage of trained workers makes the news. It's easier to lay off men than to start them up again. You've driven up the cost while giving up whole families for lost. And in the meantime, we sacrifice our souls for this machine. We oil its ears with blood and tears, serving the invisible hand, but our hands aren't clean. You clearly are missing the essence of recent historical lessons. All the diamonds sewed into those Romanov dresses didn't stop Bolshevik bullets from making Romanov messes. Why spread pain when you could spread pleasure instead? Don't you see, in the long run, we're all dead.
Clearly, we agree. The world is going to hell. You think you can help save it. I'm just trying to stay on top of it as it sinks.
Foxy.
I can't do this anymore. You used to be a good businessman, but you traded in your skills to become some kind of crusader for social justice. And you know what's the worst part of it? You're bad at it.
We called ourselves the Cambridge Circus for a good reason. We were a mess. If there were 5 of us in a room, there would be 6 different opinions, 2 of them Maynards. arguing and studying and writing all through the day and night, smoking, drinking, sleeping with each other. Unhealthy? Sure. We thought we were immortal. But you have to imagine a better future. And you have to imagine a better future before you can make one. And we were not going to be satisfied with half a loaf. So when Maynard betrayed that, well, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Joan! Joan!
I'm right here.
I have an idea. I need everybody. Hey, everybody, come in here. We have spent the last 6 years screaming that classical economics cannot explain why we're stuck in this depression. But it takes a theory to kill a theory. Einstein didn't just spend all his time nitpicking Isaac Newton. He started from scratch. Now, what do we know for sure?
For starters, that the invisible hand is a fairy tale. There's no magic force that makes an economy work at full capacity.
The old ideas are from when there was not enough stuff to go around. A scarcity mentality.
Before modern industry production.
Extra food is destroyed while people go hungry. Houses are empty while people live in the street. Bridges need repairing, and there are workers on welfare.
Supply isn't the problem anymore. It's demand.
Right. Hope versus fear. The battle of animal spirits. When spirits are too high, people are reckless with their investments.
Market bubbles, like the one that popped in 1929.
And when spirits are too low, people hold on to their pennies.
Causing this doom loop of low demand we're in right now.
Animal spirits are how humans react when faced with uncertainty, where it's not just that we do not know, but that we cannot know. That's when emotions and herd mentality come in. We need an entirely new theory.
What you're talking about would be a true revolution.
One general theory, deep and profound. I need everyone to hear me. A brand new champion crown. One big idea. One big idea.
We helped Maynard write his greatest work, The General Theory of Employment, Interest, and Money. But while we were developing new ideas that could end the Depression, fascism was on the rise. The fascists had a simpler idea. They said, it's all the fault of the socialists, minorities, and immigrants, so let's kill them. This was so frightening that even the children of pacifist parents signed up to go abroad to fight the fascists. Vanessa and Clive's oldest son was killed by a bomb in the Spanish Civil War. But most of us kept our heads down and hoped the threat would go away, until we couldn't ignore it anymore.
They were prepared at once to withdraw their troops from Poland. A state of war would exist between us. I have to tell you now that no such undertaking has been received, and that consequently this country is at war with Germany.
Here we go. It's happening.
All our work. We're finished.
No, we can't be.
The general theory is still as valid as when it was published.
It caught fire with every economist in the world.
Yes, but with Hitler breathing down our neck, scarcity is back. The general theory doesn't apply anymore.
You're wrong. Wartime is when the tired old arguments against government intervention in the economy suddenly go poof. So this is our opportunity to prove the general theory. We can use it to make a plan to pay for the war and reduce inequality.
But how can we have the money to do both?
Money is not what we need. Resources are what we need. Manpower, raw materials, know-how. If we can actually do it, we can afford it. And all we need to do it is the will.
How to pay for the war? There are methods we need to explore.
we did it before. How to pay for the war.
If the state's competing with the private sector and must outbid it for materials and stuff, you'll have more money that is chasing fewer good things. Inflation will make sure that's not enough.
And if the country only borrows from the wealthy to buy munitions for addressing Hitler's threat, the sad result of this can only be inflation, and the nation will be driven into debt.
How to pay for the war. We got problems too big to ignore. When the world is at stake, you can't simply keep score. How to pay for the war.
If we impose some minor mandatory savings to be redeemed the day hostilities are through, then the blessings of deferring our consumption will be tasted by the many, not the few.
But rationing's not compatible with freedom. You can't force a population to behave. I think liberty is still a crucial factor. We can't mandate the propensity to save.
It's either rations or skyrocketing inflation. When it comes for you, you might not be so brave.
People want freedom.
People also want rules. Heard of Hammurabi, Moses, Madison? Listen. There's a rule to drive on one side of the road. Everyone can't just drive wherever he chooses. That rule deprives me of my right to kill myself and others. But everybody gains, nobody loses.
Economy soar. If we get this thing right, the British Lion will roar. We can finances fight and knock the Nazis to the floor. We can't do it the way that we did it before. How to pay for the war.
Watching those men try to kill each other.
What kind of planes are they?
Spitfires, Messerschmitts, I think. No bombers.
That's good.
Leonard, I wonder what kind of bomber hit the London house.
Don't dwell on that.
Ugh, I hate seeing you in your house guard uniform.
It makes us fogies feel like we're doing something, even if we only standing on the roof of St. Peter's and watching the horizon.
It makes me realize that I'm the only pacifist left. Even Vita's thirsting for German blood.
You should call her. It's been ages. You need company.
Oh, the trees and stones and flowers keep me company. They're quite chatty.
Are you all right?
Oh.
I'm off to the watch.
Is it time already? No, don't go just yet. I just don't see how this ends without Nazi boots marching up these steps.
We have a plan. We're in this together.
A degenerate lady novelist and a Jewish socialist? I'm sure we're on their blacklist.
If they come for us, they won't get us. We shut the garage door, sit in the car, and start the engine. That'll deprive them of the fun they're looking for.
Can you stay a little longer, please? I don't want to be alone with...
If they get close, just shut the door, close, go to the shelter in the basement. I'll be back this evening to do the rhododendrons.
Rhododendron, rhododendron, rhododendron. Rhododendron is not a plant. Rhododendron is a word. A word has its own purposes, and a word wants to be free. It dies when it gets plastered in a book like me. Rhododendron, rhododendron, rhododendron. Rhododendron is not content. Rhododendron is on the prowl. It wants to make love in the morning. Doesn't care if it's not polite. And it whispers awful truths to me alone at night. Rhododendron speaks to me victory in its voice. Rhododendron frightens me, leaves me little choice. Rhododendron, rhododendron, rhododendron is the truth. Rhododendron is a lie. It won't ever leave me till I say goodbye. It's hard to sink, but it's harder to float. It's hard to write, but it's harder to laugh. It's hard to dream, but it's harder to wake. It's impossible to give, but I don't want to take.
Oh, Nessa.
I can't believe she's gone. I remember that other time she tried. That was years ago. I hoped she was better.
Last month, Leonard came home and found her dress soaking wet. She told him she slipped and fell into the river, but I guess she didn't slip. Because this time she put stones in her pockets so she would stay down. She'd been hearing voices again since the war started.
Do you think it was because of the war?
Ginia has been on a first-name basis with death since she was 14. Our mother, our sister, our father, and our brother all died within 9 years. And then the first war came, and our friends went to fight and didn't come back. And then my son, he was like the son she never had. He went to Spain and threw his life away.
He didn't throw his life away. He was fighting fascism.
I don't care about fascism or communism or capitalism or any of it. These are just names. We rip each other's throats out because of names. Of names? Why does it matter who's top dog? I mean, this all needs to stop. Blessed are those who mourn. What a lie. In answer to your question, Lydia, yes, it was the war. The war that's been going on since the dawn of time.
Come with me, Vanessa. Love, you need to rest.
And there's nothing anybody can do about it. It's just going to go on and on and on. Nothing but pain, forever. You're right, Duncan. I'm coming.
I need a drink.
You shouldn't. Doctor says if your heart goes...
My heart is sick thinking about all these wasted years. The first war was supposed to end all wars, but things got worse instead of better.
You tried to help with your book.
My book may have been worse than useless. They say that because I had to be the smartest person in the room, I killed confidence in the treaty, and that's why it failed.
They say they milk chickens.
I keep trying to help people with my work, but they keep dying. So stupid. I keep trying to have my cake and eat it too.
You know, I hate that expression. It doesn't have to be either one thing or the other thing.
Who the hell am I anyway? Just some horrid little bean counter is all.
You begin with a word, one that's simple and true, and a thought like a bird comes and alights on you. When you hold out your hand, concepts flock to your mind. Only you understand how to get them aligned. You feed them with crumbs. You get them to come to you. At first I feel dumb and confused. But then you explain, and I stretch my brain to see it's humane, it's sanity. Words of wonder, hit like thunder. Your understanding is enchanting. You give a name to a feeling, starts me healing and revealing my soul. Your words make me whole. You may think you're not much, just a brain in a jar, but the warmth of your touch shows me just who you are. When I reach you, I'm big. When I hear you, I'm strong. And I feel I can figure it out as I go along. You say you've no art, but you write from your heart. It's true. And because It's time to both eat and share all the cake.
Come in.
Joan,
Maynard.
it's nice to see you in your new office.
Well, I have your friend to thank. Virginia. After I read A Room of One's Own, I demanded this space.
She would have been proud. Ugh. I think about her all the time. I have so many regrets.
Maynard, I know Virginia's death has been weighing on you, but have you been following the news?
Somewhat.
Hitler can't hold out much longer, and we need a plan, an international system for after.
Someone has to make a plan, but not me. My doctor says another project like the general theory could kill me.
One plan is to destroy all German manufacturing after they surrender, turn it into an agricultural nation.
Germany can't feed its population without heavy industry.
The Allies are afraid Germany will start World War III within 10 years.
The Allies will provoke World War III if they try to starve Germany to death.
We're right back where we were 25 years ago.
I guess so.
Don't you even care?
I tried. God, Joan, I tried.
At Paris.
And since, my whole career I've tried.
I wonder.
What do you mean you wonder? You've worked right beside me.
I mean, your whole philosophy is really a short-run philosophy, isn't it? Maybe you never had a concept of the long run.
That is absolutely...
It makes sense. You don't have any children. You're absorbed in the concerns of your generation. You don't care about mine.
What is it you want me to do?
Do what you know how to do. You have certain talents. The general theory is sitting on the desk of every economist at every government around the world. Don't you think that gives you some pull?
Sure, with the treasury officials and the central bankers, but they don't...
That group is not nothing. They worship you. You could be their Pied Piper.
If that group could agree on a plan, there's a chance the politicians would approve it.
That's what I'm saying. Call in your favors.
Some sort of multinational summit of finance ministers. I couldn't do without the Americans.
Oh, if we all behave like good little children, Uncle Sam will pat us on the head and give us sweets? Forget them.
But we need them. After Paris, they voted down the League of Nations and everything went to hell fast. There's one American Treasury official I like. Harry Dexter White is his name. I think he's a straight shooter. He could help me convene a meeting where we could hash out an agreement. Then everyone brings it back to their home country to get it approved.
This could work. It needs to work. But the U.S. will be trying to push everyone around. If we get peace, but we lose justice, that's only half a loaf.
This monkey house is a strange place for economics conference.
Well, Harry Dexter White insisted that it be held in the USA.
The bastard wouldn't budge.
Why they choose New Hampshire?
Hampshire, Ladushka? Bretton Woods, Mount Washington, New Hampshire?
Smells like hamster cage in here. Beautiful views, though. You check us in. I will go take a swimming in that tiny river by the golf course.
Do you want your bathing suit? Harry.
Good to see you again, Maynard. Or should I call you Lord Keynes now? Or Baron Keynes? Which is it?
Feel free to laugh. They're giving out titles to anybody these days.
No. You deserve it. You taught us all how to pay for the war. We're beating the Axis all over Europe and Asia, thanks to you, Baron. And is this your secretary?
Harry Dexter White, Joan Robinson, the most brilliant economist you've never heard of.
Pleasure.
So young. Well, somebody needs to take over after you retire.
Don't put me out to pasture just yet. We need a new financial system to prevent the next world war. That's why I organized this conference.
We organized the conference.
Oh, Oh, yes, you helped a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me get checked in. Then I prepared some remarks to welcome everyone.
Well, you must be tired, sir. Please, allow me. Hey, everybody say, everybody, we're gonna make this thing work. Rome is free and Paris will be soon. And if it's up to me, we're gonna ask for the moon. We're gonna bring together global neighborhoods. Welcome to the Conference of Bretton Woods. Meetings in Great Hall and playing volleyball make them a little berserk. We'll draft proposals through the night and day, but when we take a break, we're gonna really play. Skinny dipping in the lakes and streams. Hi, Lydia. Welcome to the conference of all our dreams.
Cubans, Canadians, Chinese, Costa Ricans.
Some are stronger countries, but then some of them are weak ones.
Indians, Icelanders, Iranians, Iraqis.
44 nations brought ambassadors and their lackeys. We've got linguists who can translate into 92 tongues. For delegations from Brazil and from the Soviet Union. From the Soviet Union. Oh, did you guys bring a translator? Okay, this could be a problem. Does anyone speak Russian?
No problem. Let me put my ovaries away and I'll be right here.
You're all invited. We're so excited. Every secretary and clerk. FDR on our side, and Mr. Stalin and Church, who will be bursting with pride. We're preaching brotherhood and sisterhood. You know we're gonna give them the goods.
Talk your economics. Oh, war economics. Post-war economics will start right here at Bretton Woods.
Bottoms up.
I'm not supposed to be drinking these days. Heart condition.
Any one of us could die tomorrow.
Cheers.
All right, Keynes. I don't love the secrecy. Say what you have to say.
Harry, we've been getting nowhere in the conference room with all those people around.
Because you've been breaking my chops in there.
Because of all your damned legalese. When the Mayflower landed in America, it must have been full of lawyers.
I can't believe you didn't bring lawyers. Who does your thinking for you?
I wanted to get you alone so we could dig down to the root of our differences.
Seems simple. Money.
Our disagreements aren't really about money, they're about resources.
Same thing.
Do you really believe that? I feel like I'm talking to my students right now. Money is a technology that people invented. It's a time machine for connecting the present to the future.
Oh, come on. Can you imagine if I proposed a treaty to the United States Senate that said that money is some sort of science fictional delusion?
I wrote a whole book on it.
A whole book? I could explain money in 1 minute. Just a few thousand years ago, someone had sheep and someone had corn. Each one wanted what the other one had, and the idea of trading was born. But there was a hole in the middle. Barter was uncontrolled, so they made coins and bills. The medium they settled on was gold, and that roll was filled. the middle.
Your idea that money emerged from gold, which emerged from barter, is completely false. It all started with IOUs. Now, if you give me a sheep in the spring and I promise you some corn in the fall when it grows, what do you do if I go back on my word?
How about a punch in the nose?
Exactly. Trust is the hole in the middle. The community sets the rules for us to trade. It compels us all to settle all our debts, and everyone gets paid. No more hole in the middle. So now you don't need to punch me in the nose. Money is backed by a government, like a chieftain or a king or a parliament. But if you sell sheep to somebody in a different country, and they sell corn to somebody in a third country, and then that country sells you cloth, it gets complicated quickly. We tried using gold, but that just gave us brutal unemployment and 2 world wars so far.
I see where you're going with this.
Right now, there's a hole between nations that we need to fill.
It's so out of control. Nothing commonplace will fit the bill.
I think you know just what I'm going to say.
There's only one technique to save the day. A medium of exchange between countries.
A currency of currencies.
Something liquid.
Something based on trust.
Something we can all agree on. Yes! The
Bancor.
American dollar. What did you say? Bancor?
I'm still workshopping the name, but what money is for trading within a nation, Bancor would be for trading between nations. A brand new international fund, acting like a fair and a simple machine, would track all the imports and the exports we make and keep a balance of trade flows between. This can fill the hole in the middle. It's just nonsense to think the debtor should feel shame when the creditor is benefiting too. They both should share the blame. To fix the hole in the middle, the dollar can't do what Bancor can do. With Bancor, if your country has a trade deficit, you don't have to throw millions out of work or start a trade war. And to be stable, surplus nations would have to keep their Bancor balanced too.
Can you stop saying Bancor?
Right. I have some other name ideas. I was thinking about orb, fint, dolphin.
It's not the name. It's that you can't shift the responsibility of debt from the borrower to the lender.
You keep thinking zero sum. This is win-win.
That's just an excuse to let Europeans off the hook.
Don't be so obtuse. If you don't understand it, read my book. American greed has sunk us once before. Your President Wilson wouldn't forgive 1 cent, even if it would prevent a Great Depression and another war. Don't let it happen again.
You always have one big idea, don't you, Maynard? Well, wake up. America sells to the world. America loans to the world. You're saying America should avoid trade surpluses?
It takes 2 to tango. An exporter and an importer. A borrower and a lender.
So now you're blaming America for British debts. All that money and war material we sent you.
We fought the Nazis on our doorstep so you didn't have to fight them on yours.
And you couldn't do it yourselves. The sun has finally set on your British Empire.
I hated the British Empire when it ruled a quarter of the world. A dollar empire would rule all of it.
Is that so bad?
If the dollar is the global reserve currency, then the US has to create money for its own purposes and also enough extra so that other countries can use it. Every move you make will affect the entire world. It's a huge privilege.
Yeah, so?
But it's also a huge burden.
Enough! America is on top, and up on the top we're planning to stay. We sell everything that everyone needs and make the loans that the world has to pay. We will fill the hole in the middle. If a deficit comes, that's not our concern. It's just heads I win, tails you lose. Little men don't get to choose. America will win out either way. Because that's what we've learned. We won't get burned. This meeting is adjourned. That's it. Power fills the hole in the middle.
How did it go last night?
I made our point to him.
But did he hear it?
He decided he didn't have to.
God damn it, so no cooperation. Just Pax Americana, they run the show and promise nicely to look out for the little people.
Joan, you just...
No, so we blow it all up.
Maynard! Whoa, buddy. Rough night. Don't lose sleep over this. You should stand up and take a bow. You're a goddamn hero. Everybody, this is the man who invented macroeconomics. But let me remind you, when it comes to the global pecking order, you need to sit down.
No, you need to sit down. Humanity already tried pecking orders. Kings and serfs, remember them? But then we figured out democracy. It works. Turns out it's better for everyone when people have a voice. Today is our chance to apply that to nations.
Delegates, please take your seats. Voting is about to begin on the final act of the Bretton Woods Conference, creating the International Monetary Fund to balance trade and the World Bank for Reconstruction and Development, and recommending open markets for goods and capital.
Sounds pretty good. With the US dollar at the center of it all. What's it going to be, Keynes? You sabotaged the last treaty with that crybaby book of yours. Are you going to listen to her and sabotage this one too?
Maynard.
Enough.
You can't possibly vote for this.
You know what your problem is? You always think you're right.
Of course I think I'm right. If I thought I was wrong, I wouldn't think it anymore.
Joan, the opposite of confidence isn't self-doubt. It's humility. You should try it sometime. Can we clear the press from the room? Delegates only, please. Delegates, I'm going to begin with the truth. The truth is that this treaty will leave the entire world vulnerable to decisions made by the United States. But here's another truth. With no agreement, there will be more chaos. Soon, every nation for itself, maybe a third war. If we want to banish war, we must banish the economic causes of war. This treaty does put the dollar at the center of the international order, but to keep it there, the US is going to have to pay a price. Keep the peace, rebuild Europe, support international institutions. Of course, a lot could go wrong. If the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund are employed with strings attached, they could simply reinforce the problems they're supposed to solve. And if capital and goods can flow across borders, then what happens to the workers trapped behind those borders? But what gives me hope is the memory of these past few weeks. At this conference, 44 nations sang together, drank together, played volleyball together. We yelled and we argued and we laughed. We are starting to learn to work together. If this continues, then maybe someday, probably after I'm gone, someday we can say peace on earth as more than just a prayer. I hereby move to accept the final act of Bretton Woods.
Your new painting is lovely.
Thank you. Sometimes painters get so focused on concepts that we forget beauty. We could learn a lot from dancers. You're beautiful even standing still.
I have always loved your work, but then I have no taste in art.
This is true. I saw in the newspapers that you had a big triumph over in America.
You read the news?
Don't be so surprised. Where was this conference again?
A place called New Hampster.
Not New Gerbil? New Guinea Pig?
I wouldn't say it was a triumph exactly.
But you got that agreement, the World Bank, the International Monetary Fund, free movement of goods and capital.
You have been reading the newspapers.
I would have ignored it if it weren't for the presence of one of two of my dearest friends.
The agreement was bad. I can't sugarcoat it to you.
But you voted for it.
I had to choose peace or justice. I chose peace.
He couldn't have his cake and eat it too.
You know, I always hated that expression.
Let me explain. The cake is your ideal, your perfect theory. If you hold on to it, it stays pure. You continue to have it. But when you put your ideal into practice, it comes into contact with reality. It changes. It must change. Then poof, it's not ideal anymore. Like virginity. Better to spend it than save it.
Makes sense.
Joan has hardly spoken to me since the vote. She thinks I betrayed her.
You did betray her, but you had to.
If she turns her back on me, I have no legacy.
But your legacy is more than one big idea.
Your legacy is actually one very small idea. People first.
Each person is a precious little human being.
You count the bees.
My role in this race is soon over, but the road that remains is so long. When I sit down at last and rest from my troubles, who's gonna carry the baton? The solutions I found were just on account. The balance remains a huge amount. The world needs both poetry and math to find a peaceful path. Who will count the beans? Who will tell us what they say? Who will tell us what they mean? Who will count the beans? Work for ordinary folks instead of kings and queens, and chase the truth to its extremes. Who will stand up and be counted? Who will give all they have to a cause? Who will think international when the world is irrational? Who deposits instead of withdraws? Don't accept the way things are. Get up and make a scene. Oh, shouldn't have to pick a side or divide the world in teams or serve the old regime. Don't let them put you down or put you in your place or say you're insignificant and make you hide your face. Don't conceal your wishes if you have to burn your bridges. There is music in the numbers. I can hear them thunder. I count the beats. I can change the way things are. I can change this solid scene. I count the beats. I won't give up my gifts.
I won't forsake my soul.
I'll serve my fellow man.
Won't sell them out for gold.
I won't discount my dreams. It's not as easy. It's not as easy as it seems.
Maynard?
Maynard's heart failed that day in East Sussex. He died that summer. But his ideas stayed alive thanks to his army of bean counters, including me. His students filled up governments and universities around the world. And I will say we had a pretty good run. From 1946 to 1973, we showed that controlled capitalism leads to booming economies and expanding freedom for most people. We proved that the perfect wisdom of the market was a myth. We killed the invisible hand. I loved Maynard. He was my teacher. He was my hero. I can't talk to somebody at a party for more than 5 minutes before I start telling Maynard stories. But I never forgave him for signing over my future. A dollar empire is still an empire no matter how benevolent. The benevolence can fade, but the power doesn't. Today, the invisible hand is back from the dead. I call it the zombie hand. Government stands down, and the market parties like it's 1899. They tell us there's no such thing as society, only individuals. Inequality grows, opportunity shrinks, politics becomes less democratic. But even now, when there is a war or a market crash or a pandemic, everyone is Keynesian again. No one thinks twice about controlling capitalism. But a Keynesian revolution? It never happened. The Keynesian revolution is still waiting to begin.